My name is Grace, and my project was to create a music magazine for media. The genre of music I'm focusing on is contemporary R&B slash hip hop. For the planning work of my magazine, the first thing I had to do was draw drafts. These were two versions of a front cover, two versions of a double page spread, and two versions of a contents page. And they had to include the codes and conventions that I wanted to include in my magazine, like mastheads, cover lines, date lines, cell lines, and also they all had to be annotated. I then had to scan these into my website. After that, I did digital drafts of them on Photoshop, which had to match the previous drawn drafts that I did and include the same codes and conventions. This was quite long to do all of the editing for my digital drafts, and trying to do it all in time and make sure everything was included was hard as well. The thing after that was much easier. I had to do props, poses, and costumes, and I had to just basically list the poses, costumes, and props that you will see in a music magazine, and talk about why they're effective and what they do and why people use them. For my poses, I did stuff like staring, smiling, and talked about how it creates that celebrity image and gives you a bit of their personality. Costume was certain items of clothing that they might wear, like sunglasses or a hat. Costume was things they might wear, like a certain brand or a certain type of clothing. Like some of them might wear jeans or boots or wear Tommy Hilfiger or wear Gucci. And props was stuff like hats and sunglasses that kind of add to their image and tell you a bit about their character and who they are. After that, I had to do a double page article, which was 500 words about my artist and a story about them. I chose to do an interview, so I asked my artist questions about their music career and how they got to where they are. And that was a kind of hard thing to do because we had to make it up but make it as real as possible. But I did that task easier than some of the other ones. The thing after that was content analysis, which was planning what was going to be in our magazine. So we had to decide the cover lines, we had to decide the features, and we had to decide the regulars that would go in our magazine. It was 10 cover lines, 10 features, and 5 regulars. I chose things like top 3 albums, or what's new this week, or what did the celebrities get up to in their holidays, things that would interest readers of a music magazine. After that, I then had to include the camera techniques video that I did near the start of the year, which was just me and my classmates explaining what camera techniques are, how they're used, and just a visual demonstration of how to use them. Also, before the camera techniques video, I had to include an editor's note and subscription. So the editor's note was obviously supposed to be by me, so I had to include an image of myself and talk about why my readers should subscribe and why I want them to keep reading and what the benefits are that they'll get out of it. I also added extra features. Then I did my camera techniques video, and lastly, I did my off-site and on-site photography shoots. My off-site wasn't like planned as well as I think it should have, because I think I should have chosen a more interesting location. So hopefully before the end of the planning stage, I hope to take some more off-site photos in a better location, so that I can obviously improve my work. But the off-site photos that I did get were alright, and they have like enough natural lighting, but I just don't think that the setting was as interesting as it should be for a music magazine that's going to sell. My on-site photo shoot was a lot more successful because it was done with a backdrop, so I didn't have to worry as much about background. It was more about just getting a good picture and getting it of good quality, and I got a lot of those pictures. I could have thought more about costume because only 1 or 2 of my models were actually wearing something that is intriguing for a music magazine, whereas the others were kind of just dressed for college. So I think that taking more photos should be something that I should try to do before the end of the project. But overall, I'm happy with how it went and how it's going.